Hi, let's look at this question together. PQRS is a rectangular. The length of PS is twice the length of ST. The ratio of the length of ST, TW, and WR is 1:3:1. The perimeter of the unshaded part of the figure is 56 cm longer than the shaded area TUVW. Find the shaded area TUVW. Okay, let's look at the diagram. So PQRS is a rectangle. The length of PS is here, is twice the length of ST, which here. So which means that this is double of this. Okay, the ratio of ST, TW, and WR is 1:3:1, which means that this is 1, this is 3, this is 1. Okay, the perimeter of the unshaded figure is 56 cm longer than the shaded area. So unshaded figure, the parameter starts from here. If you go one round, okay, PQ, then come back, then you go up the slopes, you come back. Okay, this is the parameter. And this parameter is 56 longer than the parameter of the shaded area, which is here. Okay, only for side. So now we understand the question. Let's solve it. Okay, first we need to know how to interpret the question. So the solution is that the parameter of the unshaded figure is 56 cm longer than the shaded area. This is the shaded area, remember? So if we start from it, it will be unshaded area 1C plus 2C plus 5C plus 2C plus 1C plus this part, which is VW, UV, and UT. Okay, but since we do not know the length of this part, we just call it UT, UV, and VW. Okay, so I repeat, the unshaded area is 1C plus 2C plus 5C plus 2C plus 1C plus VW, UV, and UT. Okay, so I write it in the formula, which is total. If you add up, the C is actually 11C plus UT plus UV plus VW. So this is referring to the three side. Okay, the parameter of the shaded area is actually this four side. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is actually UT, UV, VW, and 3C. Okay, so remember, he says that the unshaded area minus away the shaded area. That means I minus away all the four sides, minus UT, minus UV, minus VW, minus 3C, must be equal to 36 centimeter. So if you take UT minus UT, UV minus UV, VW minus VW, so what you left is 11C minus 3C, which give you 56 centimeter, and 8C, which is equal to 56, and C is equal to 7 centimeter. Okay, now we know that C is 7 centimeter. We have to solve the next part of the question. What is the area of this shaded? Okay, you cannot use parallel area or parallelogram or trapezium or square to solve it. The reason is that you do not know the side, okay, the height here. They never tell you. Okay, so how do I find the area then? Okay, so there's a few ways to do it, but I go it from the most fundamental way. So to solve such questions, sometimes you need to reverse your thinking, which means that instead of finding the area of the shaded, okay, can I find the area of the unshaded? Okay, so in this case, you can, because if you look at it, the area of the unshaded is this. Okay, this is actually a triangle, which you can find half base times height, you get area A. You know the area of rectangle, which is the length and the breadth. So if the radius rectangle minus the area of the triangle minus the area B and minus the area C, then you get exactly this shape, which is the shaded area. So I repeat, you get the area of the area of rectangle minus away area A, area B, area C. What is left over is exactly what you want, which is the shaded area. Okay, so area rectangle is quite straightforward. Is 5c times 2c, and you already know the value of c. Area A is quite straightforward. It's half base times height, which is the area of a triangle is half base times height. The problem is how do you find area B and area C? Okay, so remember the question says that ST and WR are the same, so it's 1:3:1, so which means that this is 1C, this is also 1C. Okay, so which is to say is that if you flip this area C, okay, if you flip it on top here, you will realize that it fits this area just nice. Why? Because the width is the same. The width is the same. The gradient or the slope of this line is actually the same triangle. So if you cut here and you flip it, okay, this height is actually equal to this height by default. Okay, so if you turn it around, you can see that this is how it looks like. Okay, so this is area C. I flip it to show it to you here. And the moment if you put area C here, which means that area B plus area C is actually a rectangle. Okay, area B plus area C is actually a rectangle. Okay, so now I know how to find area A, I know how to find area B plus area C. I will be able to get the answer for the shaded part. So area of rectangle PQRS is 5C times 2C. So it's 5C times 2C. Okay, and we know that C is 7, which we solve it on top. So we get it 490 centimeters square. Area of the triangle A is half base times height. So it's 2C and 5C. So it's half times 2C times 5C is equal to half of 490 is equal to 245 centimeters square. Okay, then the last part is area B and plus area C, which is 2C times 1C, which is 2C times 1C will give you 98 centimeters square. And the shaded area is, of course, you take the area of the rectangle PQRS minus area A minus area B plus area C, which is 490 minus 245 minus 98, and you get 147 centimeters square. Okay, so I know I started from using rectangles and slowly cut out area A, cut out area B, and cut out area C, etc. This is a slightly longer method, but it's actually easier for your child to visualize. Okay, but if your child is able to visualize the diagram straight away, okay, you can straight away see that this is a triangle. Okay, this is a triangle. So he can straight away take half the base, which is 5C, times the height. So you ignore the area A, you just look at this triangle. So you already get this big triangle, okay, which is half 5C times 2C, okay, and you will also get 149. And after that, the next thing is, of course, you get rid of area B and area C, which by default, okay, once you chop it, this part can fit on top. So your child must be able to see that this area plus is actually, once you flip it, it's actually become a rectangular. Okay, regardless of where they chop it, as long as the two base is the same, it will be form a rectangle. Okay, so then you take the half of this, you take this triangle minus away this rectangle, you will get this shaded part. Okay, I hope it helps. Thank you.